I would eat a horrible diet. Maybe I'd have some ice cream, I'd have some dessert, I would have some takeaway. But other things which I would do is I would be a little bit lazy. Like I wouldn't be as tidy as I would, or as I should have been. Like I wouldn't water my plants, I wouldn't tidy up my bed. I just wouldn't do these little things which I would have done, say my diet, if my diet was on point. If you're tired of guessing how to train and eat, join my free school community. You'll get my full programs, cultural diet guides, weekly calls, and a community that actually keeps you accountable. Links in the description below. Alright boys, in this video we're going to be talking about something which I realized a couple of years ago, and I don't know if there's any study on it, but the thing which I realized and I observed is my discipline depends on how good my diet is. So say my diet is horrible, then that same day I will definitely not go to the gym, and instead of having a little bit of a bad diet, let's just say I ate something which I shouldn't have, then what I will start doing is I would start doing these self-destructive habits. I would start doing that. So I would eat a horrible diet. Maybe I'd have some ice cream, I'd have some dessert, I would have some takeaway. But other things which I would do is I would be a little bit lazy. Like I wouldn't be as tidy as I would, or as I should have been. Like I wouldn't water my plants, I wouldn't tidy up my bed. I just wouldn't do these little things which I would have done, say my diet, if my diet was on point. Does that make sense? So I don't know if that's someone like you, but say you're someone whose diet is not good, or you're not disciplined on your diet, then those kind of people, if I was them and I know how I behave when my diet isn't good, which I've just explained to you, then those people are definitely having a hard time, very hard time, because I can't imagine myself being in the routine and the person I want to be, and I strive to be, if my diet was horrible. So I think every single thing, self-improvement, fitness, diet, whatever thing you want to achieve, right? It doesn't even have to be diet. It could be business, it could be learning another language, it could be learning, you might be going to university, you might be doing something else, something that you're striving towards. I think if you want to give yourself the best chance to achieve that goal, is you need to have your diet on point. And I'm not saying you need to be eating super clean or like some kind of bodybuilder diet, but some things which you shouldn't be eating, some things which you should be eating. Like for a lot of brown guys, it might be, and it probably should be, having the right amount of protein for the goals that they have, which is 0.7 to 1 gram for building muscle. And another thing which they need to be careful of is seed oils and just general caloric consumption, simply because if you're someone who eats seed oils, like a lot of brown people, or they eat cultural foods which their mum makes, when they're eating the food that their mum makes, it's very hard to quantify and put on slap a number on the amount of calories they're consuming, because you don't know what kind of oil your mum uses, first and foremost. And another thing is, you don't know how much, what is the caloric density of that seed oil. So if you're someone who wants to get into fitness, you want to get into better shape, then fix your diet with those two things, with those other things. And there's a few things as well which will help you alongside your diet. It's simply, I would say it's a ground zero. I would say your diet is like over here, and to have your diet properly, you need to do things even before that. Like say you wake up in the morning, ideally you have a few things, like a little checklist. It doesn't have to be anything crazy, but what this will do is it will get you momentum. It will get you momentum going. So it could be you make your bed, you might do 20 push-ups, you might you might do some kind of cardio in the morning. You might do, if anyone watched that movie American Psycho, where that guy Patrick Bateman puts that mask on his face. So you might put that mask on your face, and you might read for a bit. You might read for 10-15 minutes in the morning. You might do a little bit of journaling and be like, you know what, yesterday I did such and such a workout, I did this amount of cardio, so today I weigh X amount. In the future, by the end of this month, I want to weigh this amount. By the end of next year, I want to lift this amount. You might do whatever you have to, not have to, but whatever you can do to basically have that foundation to have a good start to your day. And I feel like diet, doing these little habits, every single thing, it's momentum. It's things and steps which are taken in the right direction, and over time, I say over time, but maybe like 2 days, 3 days, you can have crazy amount of momentum, crazy amount of motivation, discipline, and basically drive towards whatever goal you have. And it's just a crazy thing sometimes, momentum, because when you lose your momentum, you're basically in a rut. You feel like you're in a rut. You're like, you can't say your way out. All you need to do is basically go back to the basics. Go do simple things. If you're someone who's in a rut right now, all you need to do is basically before you go sleep, brush your teeth, wash your face, write down a few things, get a pen and paper and write down whatever you're going to do in the future. It doesn't have to be, long term. It can be tomorrow, the day after, that week. All you need to do is, I've previously, the past week, I've not been doing the right things. I've not been sticking to my diet. I haven't been going to the gym. I haven't been doing my cardio. I basically, you say whatever you've been doing, because that way you accept what you've done. It's acceptance. You have to accept before you move on. That's one of the things. Because if you're in denial, you're like, you know what, I'm not really eating that bad, I'm not doing such and such a thing, it's fine. Then the thing is, you will stick to them bad habits, and those habits are like skeletons in your closet. They'll always come along with you, and when you're the most vulnerable, you will always turn to them habits. So just accept that, maybe in the past you've messed up, maybe right now you're messing up, because it's very easy. I'm telling you, all you need is 2 days, maybe even 3 days. And once you have that momentum, all you need to do is just make sure you're on top of it with doing these small things. And then eventually, when you get to a point where the bar for your day is like from here, it's over here. So every single day, you'll probably get to a point where every morning you do some kind of cold exposure, you'll do some kind of journaling, you'll do some kind of reading, you'll do some kind of praying. And during the day, you might do some kind of morning cardio. And then later on in the day, when you've eaten a bit, when you've got some food in you, when you've got a little bit of energy compared to the day, you might do the weights. And that might be your day every single day forever. Not forever, but for like a long term. So for you to have a bad day, when you're at that point, it might be you skip your cardio in the morning, or you forget to journal, or you don't read your book for however long you might be reading it. So momentum is a very, very crazy thing. And eventually, when you have that momentum, when you do the thing and you have that proof of concept, and you're like, you know what, my morning routine helped me achieve this goal, then your whole self-image changes in your mind's eye. So make sure when you want to achieve anything, when you want to be disciplined on any single thing, that your diet is spot on. It's spot on, because the cleaner your diet and the more spot on it is, the more meticulously you've designed it, the more trial and error you've done. I feel like the foundations of whatever it is that you're building and striving towards is unshakable. And I think that's that's the thing I wanted to share with you, lot, man. If you're interested in training, in how to become aesthetic, how to get lean, like I did, like how I've lost 20 pounds, how I've lost 30 pounds on 2 separate transformations, and put on loads of muscle, fix my skin, fix my health, fix my routine, recovery, nutrition, supplements, every single thing, accountability, then join my free school community. The link will be in the description below, the first one. Click on that. Thank you.